let's go back. I want to go back really quickly to 2016, because how instructive is it that Kevin McCarthy actually said that he thought Donald Trump was paid off by Vladimir Putin, along with Dana Rohrabacher. A lot of other people, of course, thought that about Rohrabacher. He was throwing that in with Donald Trump. He still endorsed him. He got behind him. This is about the same time that Paul Ryan, a longtime good friend of mine who was around when we ran Newt Gingrich out of town, you have Paul Ryan calling Donald Trump a racist, saying what he said in 2016 was about the most racist thing you could say. He endorsed him the next day. I don't understand this. I can't even comprehend it. I've never seen anything like it. And yet, this is how Republicans on the Hill have been acting since 2016. I never acted that way on the Hill. All of my friends, we never acted that way on the Hill. We just didn't do it. I'm not exactly sure how Donald Trump changed the equation for these spineless, feckless Republicans. I don't know how Donald Trump hijacked the party and at the same time made these Republicans cower the way they're coward. Again, you just compare what they say behind the scenes. And it wasn't just this book. This book, of course, this is great reporting. But how many times, Willie, did we have people come on the set saying they hated Donald Trump in 2016, and yet they would speak no ill of him on air, and then they would go out and say the most positive things at press conferences about him? We didn't only hear that in 16. We heard that throughout the presidency. Republicans far and wide would talk about how much they loathed Donald Trump, and yet they were always afraid to speak truth to this failed TV host.
And they'd muster courage for a moment, wouldn't they? And we'd see it again here. And then Kevin McCarthy would hear the pushback. He'd remember he wanted to be the Speaker of the House. Mitch McConnell would muster a little bit of courage and then realize it would cost him a bunch of votes if he voted to impeach Donald Trump. And they stepped back because power was more important than the country. And that's what's on display. It's hypocrisy, it's cowardice, it's all the things George just laid out. But at the end of the day, if the leadership, if Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy and all those guys came out and said, this is it, this is enough, it's a bridge too far, how many more Republicans would have followed them through that door if they made it okay to do so? Ultimately, they did not.